So today we are on the Divine Discourse number 57, the 10th of June 2020. Sharvarinam Samvatsar, Uttarayan, Grishma Ritu, Jyeshta Mas, Krishna Paksh, Panchami, and we are on a Wednesday. Okay, now, till yesterday we got a clear understanding of all the five koshas, and prior to that, we know very well that the power of Maya of the Lord as a part of his creation by default setting, what he has done is he has used both these powers, Avarana and Vikshepa, and packed us nicely and sent us in ignorance. Now what is this Avarana, Vikshepa and ignorance? Avarana is he has hidden his true self from us. Although it is right within us, but we are not aware of it. He has hidden. He has put a veiling. Avarana means a veiling. And the second thing is Vikshepa. He has projected a beautiful, lustrous world in front of us. To make it more lively, he has given us 5 dashing senses to experience the world. This is the Vikshepa, projection. Now, the third thing which the Lord has further done is, he has put us in ignorance, meaning we are completely ignorant of our true nature, and we are on a merry-go round, chasing what? All the sensuous pleasures, whatever comes to us by instinct and by instigation, and we are not aware of the true self. We are not aware of the bountiful happiness which one can get on the other side of the river. We are just chasing all finite things, and in the process we are experiencing more of sorrow, less of joy, more of fear, anxiety, and continuous hankering of the mind. Now, with these are the factual things which are on ground. What we see is these are all there on ground. Now for the rare few, the fortunate rare few, he says, I give you a chance now. You understand the supreme truth, the nature of the supreme truth, thereby drive away ignorance and become one with the Supreme Lord, where you are moving from finiteness to infiniteness. You are moving from misery to absolute bliss. We are not aware of who we are. That is the reason we are in misery. So now this is being taught to us. So let's start from where we left yesterday with this brief background. And here these are the most secretive and highly hidden knowledge, which is known to very few, I would say. Rather than saying not known to many, I would say it is known to very rare few. And even if you tell these rare few, out of them only a rare few understand it. This the Bhagavad Gita itself talks about. And Out of the rare few who have understood it, a rare few can only transform it in their lives, meaning make it a living reality to themselves. So why I'm saying all this is not to discourage you. You are now already in this great army of the Lord. Having been there, now you should not be complacent. Oh, I have got this knowledge. I have won. I am there now. I am done. No. You have to start understanding it. Having got, understand. Having understood, transform yourself. This is the purpose why I am mentioning all this. Okay? So now we look at the five koshas, starting with the body at the extreme end. Then comes the pranamaya, the vital air sheaths. Then from there we came to manomaya, and from manomaya we came to vijnanamaya, and lastly we came to anandamaya. Anandamaya is the sheath which is just next to the pure bliss or the pure chaitanya, which is there deep within ourselves. And what are they all doing? They are all doing their respective areas of work in terms of the functioning of the body, mind, intellect. Then what is that which we need to understand over here? We are understanding over here that you by default, by ignorance, have understood yourself to be the body, the mind, the intellect. You are not that. Reason being, all these are objects. Known to whom? Known to that Supreme Self within. Then the question comes, then where is that I? If that is the Supreme Self, if you say that He is the knower, then where is it that I have so far considered that I am the knower, I am the doer, I am the performer, I am the observer, I am the go-getter, I am the enjoyer, I am the sufferer. I have been all along thinking on these lines. Then what happens to that I, my ego, the sense of my self? Now that will come to it later. First, let's understand about the true nature of the Supreme Self. You may also have a question to your mind saying that why and how deeply I'm connected to all these various parts. You say, if there is a pain in your hand, you say my hand is paining. Then you say, as far as your pranamaya, I am hungry. Oh, now I am full. I have an indigestion problem now. Pranamaya. Then when it comes to your mind, you say, I'm sad. I'm happy. Now I feel on cloud 9. Then Vijnanamaya, you feel that pride. You feel that I have understood something. I have clicked. Now for all these koshas, the Anandamaya kosha sends you the feeling of happiness as per your karma and your prarabdha. And Anandamaya kosha does not have its own source of bliss. It is just that reflected or borrowed source of bliss from the Chaitanya Shakti consciousness, pure consciousness within. Just like the moon reflects the rays of the sun and sheds moonlight, in the same way, this is the borrowed happiness of oneself, which this Anandamaya kosha is sending across. Now, you may also have a doubt. Then is there another way of understanding things or living? Where when I say, yes, I'm hungry, meaning I'm hungry. If I've hurt my hand, yes, I've hurt my hand. Is there some other way? once a teacher was teaching on the same lines to his students, and there, while giving his discourse, he says, one should be one should be happy, one should praise the Lord always, one should be contented. Now these students, these are all in the ashram, they have nothing but 2 pair of clothes and they get 2 meals a day. No other luxuries in life. Now they ask, Swamiji, how can I praise Lord when I don't have anything and I have so much of suffering? How can I praise? So the Swamiji says, you'll do one thing. He tells there is a forest nearby. He says, just go a little deep into the forest. He gives them the guidance. Go a little deep, and there are some caves, and you'll see some hermits over there. Just meet up with them, and you ask these questions and come. So all the students, they go because they are into several problems in life. Their family, not so good, poor, so many things, they can't even buy their medicines, so many diseases. So with all this, they say, let us understand if our Guru is saying that we should praise the Lord despite we not having anything and we having so much of pain. So they go, and there they see a group of hermits who are in deep meditation. So they wait for them to open up, and then the students go and they prostrate before the hermits and they ask, Hey Mahatma, how do I praise the Lord when I don't have anything and I have so much of suffering in life? How can I do that? Now these hermits, they are like, if to look at them, they are skinny. You can see just a layer of skin on their skeletons. There is no flesh. And they have got wounds on their body. And termites are coming and eating their wounds. Being in this state, they are meditating. And once in a while when they get up, they now got in touch with the students. So he says, Oh my child, I don't know what is suffering. What are you asking? One sentence he says, I don't know what is suffering. I am always in the praise of Lord. Because He is that eternal self in me, and I have completely gone inwards. I am in His presence, in His glory, and in His light. Abundantly happy within. So I can't answer your question because I don't know what suffering is. So we, by ignorance, we have turned the other side. We are looking into the world, and world will never give us complacence or happiness. Whatever object you take, at one point of time, you will see that it causes misery. Some say, I want to get married so that I'm happy. Some say, I'll be happy when I'm through with this divorce. The same thing, see, the happiness differs from person to person. So this is the stature of life. And what you can understand from the story of this hermit is that you can see they have nothing. They don't even have a proper fit and healthy body. They don't have food to eat. They don't have clothing, nor they have a proper residence. They're just sitting under a tree. And in that state, they say, I don't know what misery is, and I am abundantly happy. Okay. Now, so the identification of ourselves, which is basically our ego, with the five koshas, has, as per the Shastra say, you have not understood yourself right. You are taking that impermanent as a permanent thing in life, which is wrong. You need to correct that. Now we are very clear, everything is impermanent. It is object. The body is an object, the pranas are an object, the mind, the intellect. Why? Because it is clearly visible. And it does not have its own source of energy. It will die someday. So now as the Upanishads went on unfolding, finally after coming to the Anandamaya Kosha, now they say even this is also denied, saying it is an object. It is temporary in nature. Now the students are all get up. They said, now we want to know the truth. What is that supreme self in us? So here the Upanishads take a break. There is a silence over there. Yo Vedanitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. That consciousness is deep within your heart. How do I see it? Here, a great sage, Vidyaranya, he has made beautiful commentary on this particular aspect, which the Vedas have spoken in all these code languages. So he has come out with a decoding, and he begins this with a story. Have I told you all about sage Vidyaranya, about where he comes from and all that? His history? Okay, right. Thank you. So, what he says is, there were 10 young boys who wanted to cross the river. And what they do now, olden days, it's kind of a practice. All kids are great swimmers. So they all jump into the river and they swim to go to the shore across. Now, after they reach the shore on the other side, what they do is, one of the guys who is clever, he says, wait, let's take a count. Hope we all 10 have come. And then he points a finger at each one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my God, somebody is missing. Then again he starts counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then another boy says, wait, you're not counting properly. I'll count. And the other boy starts counting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my God. The third fellow counts, fourth fellow counts. Everybody count and they see that 9. And then they all, in agony, they start weeping. We have lost a friend. And they're sobbing there, sitting together. Fortunately, one wise man was crossing that way. He looks at all these young lads and he says, hey, what has happened to you all? Why are you crying? Now these Boys, they say, sir, what to tell you? We lost a friend of ours. We all swam the river across, and we were 10 of us, and now we are 9. And again they start crying. Now, how do we go home? What do we tell? That way. But this wise man, while they were talking, he takes a quick count of all of them. And he says, wait, 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 wait. Now, you all need to sit down and calm yourself first. Stop sobbing. Stop crying. I'll show you. You all are 10. Says, what are you saying? We all of us have counted. Listen to me. I'll show you 10. But please stop crying first. Calm yourself. And then he calls one guy and he takes his hand, and with that finger pointed, he says, okay, see, here is your friend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then after the 9th person, he inverts his finger towards that boy who was counting. You are the 10th person. Dashamastvamasi. Dashamastvamasi means you are the 10th person. Wait, 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 wait. Then another boy comes. He also counts. Just now turn that finger towards yourself. Ah, they are 10. The third fellow counts, fourth fellow counts, fifth fellow counts. And they start dancing. Whoa, we found our friend, the 10th person, the 10th friend who we had lost, we found him. Now this may sound a little weird and stupid, funny also. But this is exactly the mistake we are making in our entire lives in understanding the supreme knowledge. How did this Swamiji, with so much of guts, he says this? He says, see, you are looking at this supreme knowledge as an object. It is not an object. The 10th person who was counting apart from himself. That was the mistake he was making. Because he was looking at a person and he never looked at himself. In the same way, now when we are looking at all these 5 koshas, we did not bother to ask who is looking at these 5 koshas. I have only understood that I am these 5 koshas. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the prana. But there is one person who was looking at these 5 koshas. You say, you experience these 5 sheets, correct? Then who is the one experiencing? So a natural mistake is, our first natural unconscious mistake is to go out and look for an object when we want to find our true self. Natu asattaya. Natu asattaya means not that it does not exist. It doesn't exist, not that way. In Kenopanishad, they say, in the field of knowledge, like in this world, we have traveled so many places, we have read so many books, we have eaten so many kinds of food, we have so many friends, relatives, people whom we know. We have seen different things in this world, and at the same time, there are so many people whom we do not know. There are so many kinds of food which we have not eaten. There are so many kinds of places which we have not been to. And there are so many kinds of things which we do not possess. So, the field of knowledge is known. Some things are known to us. and some things are unknown to us as on date. Tomorrow you may come to know some more things of the unknown area of field, fine. But as on date, you have certain things which you know, and you also have certain things which you do not know, which are known as the known and the unknown. But here, what the Upanishad tells is, you are neither the known or the unknown, but you are the knower. Understand this very carefully. What we identify ourselves with the known or the unknown, but you are the knower of both these. Anya devatat vididat avitadadi. Kenopanishad again says, this true self I am apart from all that is known and unknown. I am the knower. So this pure consciousness within is that which has been the giver of life to all these five koshas, and which has been the source of energy to all these five koshas. Otherwise they are inert and dead. So this is that within us which is something which knows, which cognizes with each and every aspect of life. And in simple terms, we call it as Sakshi. And the Upanishads say, this Sakshi is what you are. That is your true self. And Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita chapter 13, verse number 2, he says, Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata kshetra jnayor jnanam yat jnanam matam mama. The consciousness in all these bodies, not only our one body, he talks about all the bodies in the entire, not only planet, in the entire universe, galaxies, multiverses, everywhere. We don't know where else there are bodies. We only know that life is existing here. The consciousness in all these bodies and mind is one and one alone. And the Lord says, I am that. God says, I am that consciousness shining through all these bodies and mind. This is that supreme truth. See, it's a game changer. This is the final truth. That's all. You can't go beyond this. There are so many Upanishads, there are so many other texts which talk about it. You can quote 100 of them. Everybody, every field of knowledge says this, that there is one pure consciousness. And that is operating through all the bodies. Now within our body, we have made 5 sheets for our understanding, better understanding. So where is the question of now I, or that ego, or that selfishness, or that pride, that jealousy, that anger? Where is scope for all this? And what is that I now? That becomes a big question mark, isn't it? So far I was thinking, okay, you are the knower, you are the observer. Okay, fine. I thought I as an ego I am observing and I am knowing. Now you are saying that seat is already occupied. Then there is no seat for me then. Isn't it? You feel that you are in a lurch now. Because your ego ship is lost, isn't it? That is what which we love the most. I. Now this, we'll address it tomorrow. We'll take it up properly and understand what is the true nature of this I. From where does this I come? How does it come? And how does it entangle us? It is ignorance. It has projected something false to us. And it has got no existence per se. So this is the actual and supreme truth. One needs to digest this and understand this. Because we would have never thought that this is the final outcome of the whole story. When we say that you are talking about yourself, and here yourself is not there, because that yourself was a mistaken identity. And how you can be out of misery, out of joy or suffering or whatever problem in life is when you know your true self. And when you know that you yourself is not there, but you have identified so strong disease, feeling of energy, all this you experience in the pranamaya kosha. And being associated with the mind, oh my God, you experience anger, distress, anxiety, fear, all these come to your mind. And with the buddhi shakti, there again you have understanding, not understanding. See, this is how we have associated and we have got stuck here. So now let's see from where this I came and how much of importance you have to give to this I, that is our ego, and how we can operate in life without getting bound further by the karmic principles, and how you can make way to reach the abode of the Lord. This is our purpose, isn't it? Till now we were in ignorance. Now we know that by stroke of our luck and punya, we have got a rare chance and opportunity. Let's understand and move forward. Why should we suffer? Now, when you have identified yourself in the right manner, that doesn't mean to say that you will still have you'll still be having suffering. You will have whatever it is as per your karma, but you will not feel the pinch of it. What more we want? That is what we want, isn't it? Now, what has to come to this body and mind as per the prarabdha karma? It will come. You cannot stop that, because it is an arrow which is already shot. It cannot be taken back. But if I have a shield on top of me and let the arrow come and hit me, it will hit the shield and it will fall down. I'm protected. You will not feel the hurt and pain of untoward things in life.